Search for attacking department over in Blackburn Rovers continues as we're linked with a name from abroad. Who is he? I'll tell you all about him next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we take a look at the latest name linked with Rovers, and he is a forward, and he can score some goals. That's right. What am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe. You want subscribe for Blackburn Rovers, world football, transfer rumours. We're going to all hear under one rooski. It goes by the name of Mohamed Guindo. That's right. Who is he? Well, I'll tell you in just one second. If you're new again, smash your subscribe. Big shout out to the members and the patrons. You know who you are. But what we do now is take a little look at the link. It's not much, guys. Sorry, it's not much. But I did see this originally in the BRFCS forum, and of course it kind of progressed onto Twitter, and then it was backed up by a couple of the supposedly in the know Twitter accounts. Now this is on a website called Transfer Feed. He's 21 years of age, asking price of around about 1.5 million. He plays his football over in Belgium, of course he does. And he's been linked with Rovers, Nuremberg, Galatasaray, Cincinnati, Rijeka, Estoril, and of course they're all interested in him. It says 24 years old here, but it says according to Bild, Nuremberg made a query about him. So and he plays for Mali. That's right, that's Sadio Mane's team. Am I right? Or was that? No, that's not right. Anyway, before we're going to take a deep dive into that, we'll take a little look at what Eddie has to say about things working behind the scenes at Blackburn Rovers.
Hey, with Eddie back once again, but this time I don't want your money. No, I want your name, your voice, your Rovers memories. That's right. We started a social media project over on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, showcasing 150 Blackburn Rovers memories. I've asked fans from around the globe to drop their Rovers memories, but of course I need more of them. That's right. 150 is a big number, and we need some more, and that's where you come in. That's right. Whether it's the best player, best goal, best shirt, best moment in regards to Blackburn Rovers, I want to hear about it. So if you want to do that, again, follow that link. There is also one down in the description, and drop it in there. Of course, that memory will be featured over on Twitter on a day of its own, and then of course together in a master video when we drop it on November the 5th to celebrate Blackburn Rovers' 150th anniversary. So please do me a favour and drop your Rovers memory. But anyway, once again, back to Dirk to wrap up.
Appreciate that, Eddie. So let's take a look at Guindo then, of course, the latest name linked with Rovers, and he is a striker. 21 years of age, can play down the middle, but he can also play on the left-hand side as a winger. He is right-footed. He's got Belgian citizenship, but he's also can play for Mali. That's right. He was born, I believe, in Mali. You have to correct me on that. I don't know. Contract does expire in 2026, and he's got 63 in regards to his attributes for attacking, 51 for technique, 47 for tackling, 37 for defending, and 41 for creativity. Like I said, play on the left wing if he wants, second striker behind him, maybe an Ohashi or a Makdagay. But he is 21, so he's a raw talent. And when I say raw, he is very raw, because we haven't got much data to work off of him. He played 26 times last season, I think in the Junior League, or maybe the division below the top flight in Belgium. He's chipped in with 8 goals, 6 of them with his right foot, 2 with his left. And of course, he's also got a couple of assists as well. No red cards, 3 yellows. As for his passing, 63% with a success rate with his passing overall, 85% passing success rate in his own half. As for duels, not great. Ground duels, just 39% one, 24% one in the air. So definitely a raw project. He's a project, but he has got some goals. When I say, he has chipped in with a few goals. Last season for La Louvre, which I believe is the Challenger Pro League. Is that the top flight? I thought Junior League was the top flight, so this might be the second tier down. I don't know. But look at this. For John Jassave, he did chip in with 27 goals in 25 games. So he and Zolta Wagam as well. That's another top flight-ish Belgium kind of side, and like I said, he can play left, but predominantly he plays down the middle as a striker, and he's worked his way through the under 16s for Belgium, now switching allegiance to Mali. Under 23s, of course, it is the ceiling for Belgium football is going to be tough to get the national team, but Mali, I think he could break into it. Again, he is a raw product, and it does excite me a little bit, purely because he's a young guy, and he could be. It's a mystery box, really. He could be good. It could be shit. It could be a Makdagay. Makdagay I don't want to say that Max Gay is a decent pickup. He's still a maverick. Max Gay is a maverick. He can play some blinders. He can go off the boil. He can get sent off. He's a madman. He needs to sort that out. But he kind of followed the same kind of path as Mohamed Guindo here from Belgian football into the Championship. So I would hope he's a more calm, collected kind of an individual and somebody more ready to get the ground running. And honestly, right now, it would be a bit part player and somebody to be the backup to Max Gay and somebody that could take his chance and when given the chance to roll with it. We've not been linked with many strikers or centre forwards throughout the window, and this link is, of course, a little bit iffy because it stemmed from a BRFCS forum post into a Twitter post, and now, of course, some Twitter links. Picking up on it, so he's a raw talent and somebody that given a season or two and definitely fits the mold of a project kind of signing, somebody that we can buy for relatively cheap and hope to get some money. But again, it just falls like into that category of players, the ex-Influence Maflumbi fella that we picked up for nothing, hope to make him a decent player. And again, we've got to battle with the foreign allotment, the ESC sort of allotments. Where would he fit in regards to that? And when you're competing with other players that we're linked with, we've got a link with a Saudi Arabian winger, we've got a link with some other players up and down the pitch. Was it Ivory Coast or not Ivory Coast? The Capaldi fella from Legia Warsaw is another player that will probably take up an allotment. So all these kind of European and foreign challenges that would lie ahead could stop this from happening, unless I'm maybe the age helps that because he's 21 years of age. So we'll see. Anyway, of course, I am comparing him to that of Max Gay. He's 6 years junior. He's 10 centimeters shorter. His contract does expire in 2026, which is why we're playing with this £450,000 deal it would be, and I'm sure Rovers aren't really looking to spend more than that. And again, getting these players on these sort of reduced contracts seems to be our approach here. We're trying to find the guys that contracts are expiring within the year. And again, it goes both ways when we're trying to hold on to the likes of Callum Britton, Lewis Travis, Andre Tronstad, maybe even Dom Hyam to a point where their contracts are expiring in a year's time. So Rovers need to knock that on the head. But in the meantime, it looks like we're going to try and take full advantage of scenarios just as that. Again, there's not much to work off of him. He has chipped in with 36 goals and 76 appearances, but the same can be said for that German fellow we had who went off to Ulm and didn't really get off the ground with Rovers. So this falls into that category. But if you can kind of reproduce these numbers, then yeah, we've definitely got a player on our hands if we can get over the line. But ultimately, right now, a lot of work to be done and a lot of foreign red tape to wrap our heads around if we're going to get this guy over the line. Financially, it looks like something that we could do. I think he's a player that would come with an okay sort of wage, and the transfer fee should be no problem even in our tight circumstances. But does it give opposition managers or defenses sleepless nights? Definitely not. Right now I'd rather have us bringing in a more experienced players play maybe League One or even dare I say it, Championship football, to be fair. But right now this is what we're working with. This is the names that have been linked with it, unless this is just a red herring, which of course it could very well be. But the way things go with Rovers, we do seem to go for the cheap option, and this could tick the boxes. What does Eddie think about this latest cheap option for Blackburn Rovers? We don't do things cheap around here, Eddie, do we?
Ewan Eddie here with some news on our brand new scheme we're looking to implement in the 2025-2026 campaign. What is it? Well, it's affordable away day travel. That's right, us at Blackburn Roverseas hope to implement this brand new scheme for each and every one of the away days taking place in the upcoming campaign. Right now, we're just in the planning stages, and we want to know if you are interested in away day travel for the upcoming season. Now, what I need you to do now is, of course, go to this link on the screen right about now. It's a QR QR code, or maybe drop down in the old description to follow the URL and fill out your name and, of course, maybe some contact information that we can reach out to you when we are 100% committed. Just a reminder that this is just the planning stage of this service. Nothing is 100% as of yet. But the more numbers and the names that we get down in the next few weeks, then, of course, then we'll have the ability to make this happen for you guys. Again, looking at what's available at the moment, this does look like an affordable option if we can get the support from you guys. And again, it's just a fantastic way for you to support the channel in another way. Back to you, Dirk, in the studio.
Appreciate that, Eddie. Thanks again for your insight. Again, we're looking for guys dropping your Rovers memories. Also, Rovers away day travel. We're trying to get those projects up and running. We need names and, of course, videos. So please do just that. Anyway, I'll see you soon. When we return with some news, maybe Mohamed Guindo will join Rovers, or maybe he won't. But, of course, I'm sure lots of names still to be coming over at Rovers. Until then, I'm done.